It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we have a beer from Omnipollo, and it's a bottle of their Noa Pecan Mud Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout, coming in at 12% ABV in a 330 milliliter, 33 centiliter bottle. We have a black bottle cap on this one. I want to say a massive thank you to Håkan in Sweden. Thank you so very much for sending these beers. Some of the beers that we've had from Håkan have been absolutely terrific. They've been just wonderful. I've had the regular version of this. I say the regular version. It was still, I think it was about 11-12%. It was the Pecan Mud, the little purple, green coloured label. This is the bourbon barrel aged version. So I'm really excited to get this out into a glass and see what we get. A nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. Look at that. And have a listen. Look how slowly but fantastically well this beer created that one finger tan coloured head. Look at the way the beer rocks back and forth. You can see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. Wow, look at that. It's like engine oil. Look at the lag as I'm rolling that beer around in the glass. I'm trying to roll it round in a circular motion, but it just wants to, the liquid wants to lag round because it's just so thick and creamy and dexterous, and oof, just got the beer close to my nose, and wow, what an aroma. So yeah, jet black beer in the glass, good levels of carbonation. There's no light going to bleed through there whatsoever. It looks like engine oil. Let's get the aroma. Wow. Oh, wow. Ooh, creme brulee, pecan, chocolate. Pecans, it's very nutty, kind of hazelnutty, pecan-y. That is just, it smells incredible. And the whiskey, the kind of the wood barrel aged whiskiness coming through. Raisins and plums and figs and prunes. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's really interesting. Really interesting beer. I want to say, I almost said sherry. I almost said like a sherry. Like in terms of the bourbon barrels, of course, whiskey bourbon barrels, but it's got a certain kind of sherry taste about it. Thick, rich, gloopy. Touch of carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. You'll feel this warming sensation as the beer slips down from the throat into the pit of the stomach. That's that 12% ABV. You're not going to escape that 12% ABV. You can feel the beer warming the inside of the throat into the pit of the stomach. I'm picking up black currant. I'm definitely, And that's what I was talking about, the sherry earlier on. I'm definitely picking up a blackcurrant stroke cherry flavour in this beer. The roasted malt comes through, the chocolate, the coffee, the caramel in abundance. It's lovely. It really, really is a lovely beer. Have a look. Look at that mouthfeel. It's really thick and dexterous and really like a lovely big thick beer. Coconut, cinnamon. I'm going to have to get to the back of this bottle. Hopefully there's a little bit more information here. There's not. No, just a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. What I don't like to do is, if I was to go on Untapped or Rate Beer or somewhere else and look things up on this about this beer, the problem is then I go into the review with all of them things fresh in my head, and I don't want to be dictated to. I don't want to be kind of like knowing what this beer is all about before I've even opened it. I want to make my own thoughts. I want to make my own kind of, get my own feelings about this beer. It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I'm not sure if I prefer just the regular version, to be honest. I think the regular version, I remember it being a bit different to this. I remember like jumping for joy. I remember like, wow, whoa, this is amazing. This is terrific. And whether because I reviewed that beer 3 years ago, whether my taste buds have changed, whether I've changed a little bit over time, or maybe this barrel aged version is not quite as good as the regular version. I trying to put my finger on the pulse as to why I'm not like, oh, this is, stone the crows type of thing. I'm wondering why I'm not doing that. In all honesty, I'm not picking up as much roasted malt. I'm picking up coffee, chocolate, caramel. I'm picking up more of like a raspberry or a blackberry flavour that's like, it's almost dominating. It's almost dominating every aspect of this beer. I want more roasted malt. I want more chocolate, coffee, caramel. I want more darker fruits in the beer. I want to taste a little bit more of that pecan. Again, maybe this is because Omnipollo have just moved into their own brewery, and maybe it's just a case of them adjusting to their kit, adjusting to their new surroundings, adjusting to producing the best quality kind of Pecan Noa Bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout we all know. But I think I'm going to be fair on Omnipollo here, and I'm going to say I'd like to come back in 2 years' time and try this in 2 years' time, whilst they've had 2 years to really get to grips with their new brewery, their new kit. But for me, this is not quite there. It's not quite there. I'm going to rate it. When Omnipollo first hit the scene, everybody jumped for joy. Everybody kind of like, this is like, everybody I spoke to were like, this beer is absolutely incredible. The last 3 or 4 beers I've had from Omnipollo, this has been a lot better than some of the previous beers I've had, but I've not really enjoyed their beers. And that's a real shame. It's a real shame, and I hope for their sake, I hope they can kind of turn things round. I'm sure there's still an abundance of you who are disagreeing with this review and saying, you know, you're shaking your heads going, Omnipollo is still producing the best beers out there type of thing. But I'm just not getting on with their beers at the moment. Whether it's the new brewery, whether it's something else, I don't know. But I'm going to say thank you to Hakan for sending me the beer, and I'm going to rate it, and I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!